Hello, everyone, and welcome to another show. Today, we're going to be talking about the story or the journey of Zinedine Zidane in Real Madrid, a little bit, and Mbappe. We're going to try to compare the two experiences. Of course, Mbappe is still playing with Real Madrid, but I just want to shed light on some of the similarities between Zinedine Zidane and Kylian Mbappe. As we noticed in the last few months, there was so much criticism against Mbappe, like about his performance, about his contribution to the team, about the tactics, that how is Ancelotti is going to play this, bring in this superstar to the team. Of course, one of my videos previously, when I was talking about Real Madrid, I almost called him Real Mbappe. It is going to be Real Mbappe, I feel. Excuse me, we'll see what's going to happen. But yeah, I was talking about like when you're coming as a between brackets a superstar, how are you going to be received by people? I mean, by teammates, by the press, by the fans. Uh, you know, uh, in the dressing room, in the office, all of the things that you might face as a new comer to a club, especially if you are going to be a big player like Mbappe, who is expected to perform very, very well. So yeah, to get to the point, let's look at some general information or some general ideas about some of the challenges that Zinedine Zidane and Mbappe, faced. Similar things that they faced, and one of them is high expectations. So for Zinedine Zidane at the time, he moved for 77 million point five euros at that time, and that was a huge. I think maybe that was the highest one, because I think before him, Luis Figo moved into Real Madrid for lower than that, maybe for like 60 or something million from FC Barcelona. Barcelona, sorry, that's a different topic, which was a huge deal at that time. But Zinedine Zidane coming from Italy, from La Juve, from Juventus, or yeah, so it was a huge deal at that time. And of course, when you sign a player like that for that much of money, means that expectations are going to be high. And of course, when you come a new player to a new team, things are not going to work as smooth with all those expectations and pressure from the fans, from the press, especially that like such big events where they can use their their huge titles and start either criticizing, going crazy, or praising at the same time. So as I said, Real Madrid, Zinedine Zidane signed for 77 million, 77.5 million euros at that time. Mbappe signed on a free transfer, actually a bonus of 125 million euros at that time. At this time, and this is all inflation between brackets. Anyway, we're not going to talk about that because we're not talking about finance today. Of course, as I said, there was so big expectation for both of them to help Real Madrid succeed. Real Madrid, for Mbappe's situation, has been already doing well, but bringing another player means like they need to do a big player like Mbappe. They need to keep performing well and producing better. However, we noticed that Real Madrid has been struggling a little bit, but there was struggle, but still there was some results. So yeah, as I said, all these high expectation resulted in high pressure on the players, and of course, when you pay that much of money, there will be pressure, and the results are going to be expected. So yeah, Zidane and Mbappe had this big challenge, and of course, Zidane managed to, as we know from history, managed to beat this challenge, and and did well. Let's look at something else. When you move to a what can I say, to a new uh, league like La Liga, for example, it is not easy because a lot of things are different. Tactics are different. Way of play is different. Zidane came from Juventus, and he also played before at the Serie A in French, in France. Sorry, so which Mbappe also came from France, from Paris Saint Germain. Anyway, so both of them, they were faced with the new league, which is tactically more fast than where they were accustomed to. I believe French Serie A is not really as fast as La Liga. Is not very explosive as La Liga. Same thing for the Calcio. Um, the system there is more focused on defensive approaches, which is totally different from La Liga. So yeah, both of them, especially Zidane, face this um, adapting, as I said, to this new fast and quick technical technical styles. But you know, um, challenge is always expected. Like we notice, a lot of players always come into. Sometimes they are not successful. They come to new leagues from other leagues. Like, for example, in England, a lot of players come from Germany, from Holland. Some of them manage to do well. Some of them fail, and that's I think that's I don't know. That's I think a combined. A combined responsibility of players and the team that brought them. Like if we look at Anthony, for example, at Man United. That's right, at Man United, he has been struggling forever since he came in from Ajax Amsterdam. So yeah, same thing with Mbappe and Zidane. They face these tactical challenges, and of course Zidane managed to win this challenge also, and adapt to the tactics because he got it. If he performed well in France and in Calcio, means he would have you know what can I say? He would have the capacities to adapt to La Liga, and of course he did. Same thing now with Mbappe. He is, I would say, adapting, getting better day after day to the tactics, to the new play in La Liga. His we'll see how his journey going to end up, or how long he's going to last in Real Madrid. Because when you play for Real Madrid, you're playing for a big brand name. There are so many challenges. Media is always talking about you. If you are losing, media talking about you. If you are winning, media talking about you. If you are winning and with modest performance, media will be ripping you off. If you make one hiccup, same thing. It's crazy, especially at this age of social media. Things are not easy for players, but I would assume that Mbappe is very professional, and he's, I don't think he had any issues with media so far, or social media. Other struggles, early struggles. Zidane, many people didn't know how much he struggled in the beginning. If you are playing next to big players like Figo, like Roberto Carlos, like other players later when Ronaldo joined them, number nine. Things were not as simple as what people think. People just remembered the beautiful moments from Zinedine Zidane, but the first months they were a big challenge, which is normal in my opinion. But again, people are impatient and they want to see results right away. So there were so many inconsistencies for both of them, And you know what, press likes this, people like to talk about this, and the press brought their hammer. Boom, here you go. And big headlines start showing up. Yeah, so even though there was this challenging moments or months in the beginning, generally, or after that, gradually they start to establish their rhythm, and we started to see that from Mbappe, recent from current performances and how many goals he has been scoring. So yeah, when you are a big player, I think you should be expecting such what can I say, behavior from press and from fans. They are not going to give you much time to adjust. You are already in the bright lights. Um, you are being scrutinized with any movements you do. That the coach is also under the scrutiny too. So it's a big challenge, but it's worth it. 125 million euros. I will take it, and I will manage to deal with the pressure too, I would assume. We talked about tactical adjustments. So competing in a team filled with stars. This is for Zinedine Zidane, such as Raul, Luis Figo, and eventually, as I said before, Ronaldo. He was required to adapt to their style, and also to adapt to various tactical frameworks after managers being changed, because Real Madrid was a big brand, and still, if the coach didn't perform very well, he was gone, he was sacked, because they cannot afford to be not playing well. So same thing for Mbappe. He has to adjust to Ancelotti, who himself trying to find tactics that will help Mbappe, perform well, especially in the existence of Vinicius, who has been very very important to Real Madrid and who carried the team, I believe, in the Premier in the previous in the prior year. So. This is another challenge that you find when you're playing with big players. I think Mbappe situation is a little bit better than Zidane, because Zidane had crazy. I like just see Figo, Raul. These guys were amazing. Then Ronaldo, then Roberto Carlos. It's crazy, man. It's ridiculous. But you know what? It was beautiful to watch that football. Like, those guys were amazing. If anybody, I mean, the younger generation, I am older now, who have not seen those players play together, just find an old game of Real Madrid with all these players. It's ridiculous. Then later, the English, what's his name, the captain of Manchester United, and and the English team. My God, I'm losing my brain now. I can't even remember his name for some reason. I see his face. Oh, that's so funny. Anyway, you guys remember him, number 7. He was fantastic too, and he joined Zidane at that time. And yeah, so that's more pressure adding it to the team. Anyway, going back to Mbappe. Mbappe, yeah. Yeah, he has challenges, as I said, adjusting to Vinicius, because Vinicius, scores a lot for Real Madrid, and Mbappe was brought in to score. So it's finding that balance between him and Vinicius, and also between the tactics of Ancelotti, and also the adjustment of the other players who are supposed to expect how Mbappe is going to play, how he's gonna run, how to provide the ball to him, and things like that. If we look at the things when things start to get better, I mean, we can easily talk about Zinedine Zidane and say, things got better for him, and he became one of the legends, and still a living legend for Real Madrid. He managed to find his spot, and he became one of the influential players in the team. Everybody, I still remember the goal against Leverkusen. with his, I think, left. It was a volleyball, like it was a volley kick the side with his weak foot, and he managed to score one of the stunning goals in history. If you didn't watch that goal, go watch it against Leverkusen in the final of Champions League. And he in 2020 in 2002, and he helped the team win the Champions League at that time. And yeah, so as I said, Zinedine Zidane was able to overcome all those challenges and became one of the legends of the game. Honestly, in history of the game. Mbappe, on the other hand, we just started to notice in the last couple of weeks. He is developing. He is showing more. He is showing why he was brought into Real Madrid. He's showing his talent, and so far he has scored 15 goals and produced 2 assists in 19 appearances in La Liga. It is crazy. Look, like he already scored 15 goals in 19 games. That is amazing. But for a player like Mbappe, media would not really give you an excuse. You need to be scoring basically every game almost. Like it's crazy. And last game in La Liga against Valladolid, he scored 3 goals in one game. This is scary for the rest of the games, and good news for Real Madrid and their fans. Yeah, that's I guess what people should hopefully expect from Mbappe going forward. We'll see how things gonna turn out for him and for Real Madrid. Um, I thought about making this comparison just because both of them they come from same origin from France, and of course they share the same similar, not the same, similar mentality, similar culture, similar behaviors. And I thought it would be a good idea to compare both of them. And I believe, if I'm not mistaken, I believe Zidane is still involved with Real Madrid, and I'm sure he has been in communications with Mbappe, and I'm sure he helped with paving the way for him and making things a little bit easier for him. So yeah, I'm looking forward to see the journey of this player. We'll see how he's going to perform going forward, and I'm hoping that notice we will watch great games with Mbappe in the field. And also it would be nice if he I mean, for his sake and for his fans and their fans' sake, to when he's performing well, becoming one of the legends. It's always fun to play against him. Like I mean, like even for a person who is not a fan of Real Madrid or Mbappe, or like, and you are going to be playing against them, and he is, for example, at the highest level, that's a good thing because it is going to be motivating for your team, motivating for you to watch that game and see how you can beat that player and beat that team in this situation, which is Real Madrid. Anyway, this was an idea came to me recently when Mbappe started to do well. I'm going to try to work on such videos, such comparison between all the new players, and we'll see what we can find. Thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you for more similar videos going forward. I will try to do some comparison between old players and new players, and also I'm going to be reacting to teams as I have been doing so far. Please make sure to subscribe and like this channel so we can keep providing good content. And yeah, thank you so much again, and we'll see you next time. Have a good day. Bye bye.